and welcome back to another week with me. It's me, Kimmy. Welcome back to my channel. For this week, I figured I would put together a simple Valentine's Day look for you guys. Today is Valentine's Day or Galentine's Day or just February 14th, however you're feeling, whatever your vibe is. I just thought I would put together something kind of soft and subtle but super easy to put together. I am standing. One, because I hope that it makes me editing this video less angry and being like, why are you out of frame again? Stop getting out of frame. Stop getting out of frame. But also I have really bad scoliosis, and so I find that sitting all day for a year has really started to wreak havoc on my bones and my hips and everything, so I'm trying to just be a little healthy. It's like I have a standing desk. I also usually stand when I do my makeup anyways, so when I'm getting ready for like normal day-to-day stuff, I'm standing in our bathroom. But yeah, if you want to see how I put together this really simple, everyday, mauve-y, pink, sparkly, bright lip combination, then just keep watching. So I think I want to keep it in, obviously, the traditional kind of Valentine's purples, pinks, reds. I think I want to air more on like the purple and pink side than I do the red side. So I'm going to use the Huda New Nude palette. So I'm going to start with the shade Lace. It's a real pale purple, and I'm just going to lay that right in my crease. Now I'm going to go in with a Urban Decay brush and probably take the shade Love Bite, which is like the darkest purple in the palette, and I'm gonna lay that just kind of along my lash line. So I'm gonna use just a clean fluffy brush and buff that out now. I want to keep it really like kind of pulled up and out. In with another little like smudge brush, and I'm going to take the shade Tease. It's like a flatter purple, and just lay that right on top of it. A lot of these have like really nice like mauve tones to them. And then back in with that same blending brush. So this is kind of the shape that we're going for up top on this side. So now I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. And then I went back in with a little flat brush on the same like Love Bite shade and kind of went in and defined that wing a little bit more. And then back in with the blending brush to buff it out. And then something you can do to kind of start to correct the shape is I like to have a little bit more space in between my eyebrow and my eyeshadow look usually. So I'll take just like a bone color shade and run that directly underneath my eyebrow. And that's going to start to clean it up a little bit more and create that disconnect because I have not a ton of eye space. And so now that we've got kind of those purple mauve tones laid down, I'm going to go in with some shimmer. So I'm going to use the shade Daydream. Use my finger. gonna go ahead and do my upper liner. I think I'm gonna do a wing. So I did mascara, or one coat of mascara, and I tight lined my upper lash line. So now I'm gonna go in and do a wing. Let's see if I can do this standing. Usually I need a support system. You know what I mean? Let's see if I can get real close. So I usually look down. And just stamped right across my upper lash line. All right, so now we're gonna wing. I usually, same thing as previous, like I look down and to the side to kind of get the angle that I want. Essentially at this point, I'm just gonna follow the shadow. So now for my lower lash line, I'm going to do the same thing that I essentially did on the upper lash line. I'm just going to take a flat brush in the Love Bite shade and run that in. Like as close to my lash line as possible. And then back in with that fluffy brush. And then I'm going to take the same black liner that I lined my upper lash line with. And so now to finish my face, I think I'll contour. So I use typically the Smashbox. This is a holiday palette that I dropped. The 3 shades in the middle, so the pale, the bronzer, and the contour, those should still be available in their own little kit. I'm not 100% positive. I'll link it below if it still is. For me, I'm getting older. Things right here are starting to sag on me. So I've kind of been playing around with how I contour a little bit more. I usually only contour my cheeks and my forehead and my jaw. I don't really contour my nose because this area on me is already pretty dark as it is. So I don't, and I also don't mind my nose. Like I like my nose. So anyways, long story short, I don't like this section on me, and so I've started to kind of lift my contour up instead of it being like in the middle of my ear and like bringing that forward. I'm kind of starting at the top of my ear and running it directly across where my jawbone is, like that. And then I'm still blending up. And so you can kind of already see that it creates a little bit of lift on that side. And my forehead is pretty large, large and in charge, so I tend to just keep it kind of right above. And then I put bronzer on top too. The contour shade is a little bit cooler than the bronzer, so that has created a shadow, and then the bronzer is just gonna add a little bit more dimension to the cheek. And then I do contour my chin because, like I said, all this is hereditary, which is great. I kind of run it directly across and then blend down. And then get a little of the giblet. But I don't want it to be something that's like, oh, she's got contour on and it's 3 o'clock on a Wednesday type mood, you know? But this, it helps a little bit. I'm not the type, like you see, there's really great tutorials out there if you want to go in on contouring, and I will do that on my clients if they request it, or if we know that we're going to be on camera. I'll snatch you to the gods. But for myself, I just don't, especially for every day. I typically just do bronzer every day, but everybody's so focused on like full glam looks that I feel weird now if I record a YouTube video and I've got any of this showing. So it kind of snatches you a little bit. Of course, I do the fluffy brush with my bronzer, and along my forehead I just kind of tap it along. And then right on top of the contour. So just the reverse, like a E3. And then I do bring it down my neck. Does anybody else's baby hairs do this when they bronze and contour? So now I'm gonna take, this is an old school MAC shade that I've had for too long. This is the shade Dainty. It's just like a really good pink blush. It does have a little bit of shimmer in it. And then instead of highlighting with like a shimmery highlight, I essentially start back here on top and then run it towards the front of my cheekbones. But I try to keep everything pretty lifted on the side, and same like sweeping circular back and forth motions. And I change my face, like I don't know if you can notice when I'm doing it on my channel, because I usually don't really feature me doing blush on myself a lot, but I change my face multiple times while I'm doing blush. So I'll smile, I'll drop, I'll go backwards and forwards. For lip, I'm going to use one that I got over summer. The proceeds were donated to Black Lives Matter. It's the shade. It's from the brand Lip Slut. They do a lot of really great things with different charities and stuff like that. They have like a Ruth Bader Ginsburg lip color. They have an AOC one, I think. A bunch of really like great lip colors, and this one I couldn't pass up on getting. It's got like a peachy pink tone to it.
Many tic-tacs later.
Alright, and then I don't want a completely matte lip, so I'm going to go over it with my NARS Orgasm Oil Infused Lip Tint. It's got like a nice gloss to it. Alright, so that is the finished look. It's fairly simple. I think this video took me like 40 minutes to put together. So really simple and easy to do if you're looking for something to do for today, which is Valentine's Day. I think next week I'll probably get into more of my Disney themed videos. I'll get some of those put together for you guys. And if you have any suggestions or ideas for future videos, definitely leave them in the comment section below. Otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I will see you next week.